नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटियाओ। माई सेल्फ डॉक्टर हिना मेवाड़ा, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ प्रसूति एंड स्त्री रोग, फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेदिक साइंस, Jyoti Vidyapith, Women's University. In today's session, I am going to discuss about anatomy of vagina. So, internal genital organ contains vagina, uterus, fallopian tube, and ovary. In this session, I am going to discuss about anatomy of vagina. Vagina is a fibromusculomembranous sheath which communicating the vulva to the uterine cavity and forming an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal plane in erect position. It is a excretory channel for menstrual blood and uterine secretions. It is also an organ of copulation. It forms birth canal of parturition, and mm, it is about 2.5 centimeter in diameter, being widest in the upper part and narrowest in at its introitus, and it has got enough power of distensibility as evident during childbirth. There are four walls in the vagina: anterior, posterior, and two lateral walls. Anterior is 7 centimeter in length, posterior is 9 centimeter in length. Anterior and posterior wall are opposed together, but the lateral wall are comparatively stiffer, especially at its middle. As such, it look S shape on the transverse section. See in this diagram, anterior wall, posterior wall, and two lateral wall. It gives shape S shape. This is the vagina, bladder, sorry, rectum, bladder, and it forms an angle with a horizontal 45 degree, and it is right angle to the uterine cavity or uterus. Now fornices are the cleft formed at the top of the vagina due to the projection of the uterine cervix through the anterior vaginal wall, where it is blended inseparably with its wall. There are four fornices: anterior, posterior, and two lateral. Posterior is deeper and anterior is most shallow one. Now structures of the vagina. There are four structures: mucus, submucus, muscular, and fibrous coat. Mucus coat is lined by stratified squamous epithelium without any secreting glands. Submucous layer of loose areolar vascular tissue. Muscular layer consists of indistinct inner circular and outer longitudinal muscles, and fibrous cord derived from endopelvic fascia, which is tough and highly vascular. Now epithelium. Vaginal epithelium is act under the action of sex hormone at birth, and up to the 10 to 14 days. Epithelium is stratified squamous under the influence of maternal estrogen, which is circulating in the newborn. Thereafter, up to pre-puberty and in post-menopause, the epithelium become thin and consisting of few layers only. From puberty to till menopause, the vaginal epithelium is stratified squamous and devoid of any gland. There are three distinct layers are defined in puberty stage: basal cell, intermediate cell, and superficial cornified cell. Intermediate and superficial cell contain glycogen. Now pH of vagina. pH of vagina is acidic and varies during different phases of life and menstrual cycle. Conversion of glycogen in the exfoliated squamous cell to lactic acid by duodenal bacilli is dependent on estrogen. As such, the pH is more toward acidic during childbearing period and range between 4 to 5.5 with average of 4.5. The pH is highest in upper vagina because of contaminated cervical secretion. Now anatomical relations of the vagina. Anteriorly, it is related in upper one third trigone of urinary bladder, and in lower two-third urethra. Here see in this diagram, this is the vagina, bladder, rectum and urethra. In upper one-third, vagina is related anteriorly with urinary bladder and lower two-third by urethra. Posteriorly, in upper one-third, peritoneum of ductless pouch, middle one-third, ampulla of rectum, and lower one-third, perineal body. Here, this is the pouch of Douglas. Posteriorly, in upper one-third part, vagina is related with pouch of Douglas, and in middle, ampulla of rectum, and in lower part, perineal body. Now laterally, lower end of vagina is related with bulbocavernous vessel, vestibular bulb, and Bartholin gland. 1 centimeter above vaginal orifice, urogenital diaphragm are present. 2.5 centimeter above the orifice, levator ani vessel with the pelvic fascia above it. And lateral furnace give attachment to the lower part of the cardinal ligament. The ureter pass through the cardinal ligament 1 centimeter lateral to the vagina. Here, see in this diagram, this is the bulbocavernous muscle, Bartholin gland, and vestibular bulb. This is the lower and relation. This is vagina. Now blood supply. The arteries involved are cervicovaginal branch of uterine artery, vaginal artery, which is a branch of anterior division of internal iliac or in common origin with the uterine artery, middle rectal and internal pudendal artery. Venous drainage are drained into internal iliac and internal pudendal vein. Now lymphatic drainage and nerve supply. Upper one-third internal iliac group, in middle one-third up to the hymen internal iliac group, and below the hymen superficial inguinal group. Now nerve supply of the vagina, sympathetic and parasympathetic from pelvic plexus, and in lower part pudendal nerve are supplied to the vagina. आयुर्वेद में इसको योनि से कोरिलेट करते हैं। आचार्य ने इसकी व्युत्पत्ति और निरुक्ति बताते कहा है योनि कारणम भक्तो यो, यानी योनि को ही भक्त कहा जाता है, यानी जेनेटेलिया कहा जाता है। यूनक्ति इति योनि, यून यून इति योनि, यानी यून यहाँ पर संयोजन के अर्थ में आता है, यानी जो जोड़ती है या जो संयोजन करे उसको योनि कहते हैं। तो इसको मॉडर्न में हम ऐसे देख सकते हैं कि ये यूटेराइन कैविटी को वल्वा से जोड़ती है, इसलिए इसको हम योनि कह सकते हैं। योनि की आकृति आचार्य सुश्रुत ने बताते हुए कहा है शंख नाभ्याकृति योनि त्रयावर्ता संपर्कीर्तिता तस्य तर्तित्वावर्ते गर्भशय्या प्रतिष्ठिता, यानी योनि की आकृति शंख नाभि की होती है और इसमें 3 आवर्त प्रतिष्ठित होते हैं और तीसरे आवर्त में गर्भाशय होता है। 3 आवर्त से हम इसको प्रथम आवर्त भक को मान सकते हैं, द्वितीय आवर्त योनि को मान सकते हैं और तृतीय आवर्त गर्भाशय को मान सकते हैं। क्योंकि यहाँ पर योनि शब्द से होल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन लिया है, इसलिए हम ऐसा मान सकते हैं। अगर योनि शब्द से वजाइना अर्थ लिया जाता है तो यहाँ पर 3 आवर्त से उसकी म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन, मस्कुलर मेम्ब्रेन और फाइब्रस मेम्ब्रेन भी ले सकते हैं। आचार्य भाव प्रकाश ने मनोभवागार मुख में 3 नाड़ियां बताई है, यानी योनि में 3 नाड़ियां बताई हैं, समीरणा, चंद्रमसी और गौरी। समीरणा मदनाथ पत्र में प्रधान रूप से होती है और इस पर यदि शुक्र गिरता है तो वह निष्फल होगा, यानी कोई भी फल नहीं देगा। चंद्रमसी नाड़ी कंदर्प गेह में होती है। कंदर्प गेह यानी योनि नलिका मध्य में। यानी मिड वेजाइना में। तो ये रत्ती सुख देने वाली होती है और कन्या प्रसविनी होती है। थर्ड नाड़ी है गोरी। स्वभाव से ही जिस स्त्री के उपस्थ गर्भ में गोरी नामक नाड़ी होती है वह कष्ट उपभोग होती है, मतलब रति में कष्ट युक्त होती है और पुत्र प्रसविनी होती है। यहाँ पर विजाइना की एनाटॉमी खत्म होती है। So thank you for listening me. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you all are satisfied with my session. If you have any query, please write in comment box so I will resolve it. Thank you so much.